July 4th, 2020, that the old United States corporation was bankrupt and dissolved, and the new republic was signed in. And everything that happened after that was under the new republic. So everything that the fake Joe Biden signed, everything that Congress signed, isn't worth the paper it's written on. Even those medals of freedom that were given by fake Joe Biden to those people, they're going to be rescinded. What? Those medals of freedom that Joe Biden gave the other day to Hillary Clinton, that's not even her. It's an actress. They're not worth anything. Because Joe Biden's an actor. He's acting as a U.S. Marshal. The corporation of the United States of America is defunct. Anything he signs, anything he does is not even official. Can you imagine? President Trump is going to be able to rescind those medals from those people? This is about to get real, real, real good. Real good. I kind of feel bad for Ralph Lauren, and because I always liked Ralph Lauren. What if, like, he calls it Ralph Lauren and Michael J. Fox? I believe Ralph Lauren, Michael J. Fox, and the lady that does the gorillas, Jane Goodall, I believe they were there as a calm to speak something to us, because Jane Goodall was seated right behind Hillary Clinton. And what's the biggest thing that Jane Goodall, y'all remember those National Geographic specials growing up? Remember Jane Goodall sitting with the gorillas, and she would sit behind the gorilla and pick the bugs off the gorilla. Pick the bugs. I thought, what? Hold on. Okay. Can my team get a picture of the lineup? I'll come back to that. But can my team get a picture of the lineup of the Medals of Freedom with fake Joe Biden? We know that those Medals of Freedom that he gave under a defunct corporation, they're worthless. They'll have to be rescinded. But then I thought, what about Jane Goodall? You know, she was a good scientist. You know, we grew up with her on National Geographic. Okay. Why was she seated behind the fake Hillary Clinton? And the only picture I could get in my mind was when Jane Goodall used to sit behind those gorillas and pick the bugs off of them, right? That grooming behavior. You know, Jane Goodall, she would teach us about the grooming behavior of the gorillas and the chimpanzees. I know I'm supposed to be serious right now, but we know that Trump and the good military is setting this all up, right? That Biden is fake. He's an actor in a mask, okay? And it's actually the U.S. Marshals and the good military that's running this, right? So they set Hillary Clinton right up in front of Jane Goodall, who was the one that used to sit behind the chimpanzees and pick the bugs off. I thought to myself, I go, look, if this is a military operation and Trump is trolling, and we know Biden is fake, right? And then any medal he gives, anything he signs is worthless. Okay, and all those medals are going to have to be rescinded when Trump gets back in office because they were under a defunct U.S. corporation and completely worthless. But I thought, okay, we have to look at the seating arrangement. We know the woman that plays Hillary Clinton is an actress, right? But we got to look at the seating arrangement here. Jane Goodall, the scientist that lived with the chimpanzees and the gorillas, what is she famous for sitting behind? She's famous for, you remember those National Geographic specials? Jane Goodall, growing up. I mean, come on. The biggest thing, the picture in my mind that I saw with that was they seated Jane Goodall behind the biggest chimpanzee of them all, right? The biggest chimpanzee. Because Jane Goodall used to show how you would sit behind the chimpanzee and pick the bugs off him. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Holy Spirit has a sense of humor. Okay. We know the real Hillary, she's long gone to Gitmo, but is Trump and the good guys, the good military, showing something here? Are they trolling, Jane Goodall, the chimpanzee scientist, sitting behind the fake Hillary Clinton? Oh my gosh. I mean, this has got Saturday Night Live written all over it, right? Maybe that's what Trump was hoping that sit Jane Goodall behind Hillary Clinton. And then all of a sudden, Jane Goodall they'll have a Saturday Night. I don't like Saturday Night Live, but wouldn't it be funny if they Jane Goodall picking things up with Hillary Clinton? Oh, that would be so hilarious. I think President Trump is trolling that Saturday Night Live would do a skit about this with Jane Goodall sitting behind the fake Hillary Clinton. But even when Jane Goodall was standing next to fake Biden, that they would start doing the chimpanzee grooming. Oh my gosh, because that is all I could see when I saw it. I got to laughing so hard. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so funny. That whole thing was for show, y'all. And they're giving us some type of clues there. I did feel bad for Ralph Lauren because I like Ralph Lauren. I like his story. Ralph Lauren he was the only designer that would design the inaugural outfit for Melania Trump. Why Ralph Lauren? What was the whole Ralph Lauren thing speaking? And neckties. That's what he's famous for. Neckties, like they've all been hung. They all got a designer necktie. That's the only column I can think for Ralph Lauren. In other words, like Soros got a designer necktie. He's been hung at Gitmo. Hillary Clinton got a designer necktie, right? She's been hung at Gitmo. And like, who's next? What traitor is next? That's the only thing I can think of with Ralph Lauren. He's a designer. He's famous for his neckties. He's also famous for the brand called Polo, right? He's also famous for the brand called Polo. We know that there is a person out there who wrote an outline called Marco Polo. You can find that outline, Marco Polo, And this outline, Marco Polo, basically exposes all the traitors and what they did. It's a really long outline. And this person has kept himself secret, I think, but it's called Marco Polo. And it's written out of all the traitors, what they've been doing. It names their names. So the only thing I could think of with Ralph Lauren being there, that calm with Ralph Lauren, because Trump and the good guys are controlling this. I mean, Biden doesn't even live in the White House. He's an actor in a mask working for the U.S. Marshals to help catch these traitors. The only thing I can think of is Ralph Lauren being there, designer of neckties, right? Are they all getting? Are those traitors all getting designer neckties, right? The hangers rope, that's the only thing I can think of. And then the polo brand, because I really like Ralph Lauren. He's got a great story, very inspirational. We know that he's a friend, a dear friend to First Lady Melania Trump. He's the only designer that would design her inauguration, beautiful blue inauguration suit. So he was giving us a calm. The polo brand makes me think of the Marco Polo outline that has been written and revealed to the public just last year about all the traitors, who they are, how they're going to be prosecuted, all of that. We know we saw Ivanka Trump playing polo. She was playing polo. I gave a prophetic word that Ivanka Trump was giving a calm about the Marco Polo that just came out, speaking about all these traitors and things like that. So I'm thinking Ralph Lauren, because I think Ralph Lauren is good. I think he's a friend of President Trump's and also a friend of Melania Trump. He's the only designer that would design her inaugural outfit. Was he there as a calm? Designer neckties, right? Oh, who's going to get a designer necktie, right? What traitor is going to be hung? That's the only thing I can think of that the Lord is kind of showing me, because this is Trump controlling this whole thing. And Polo, right? The Marco Polo information that came out just this past year that names the traitors, their crimes, all that. Okay, even more. It's really deep if you read it, because it also was shown to us through Ivanka Trump with the whole polo playing. So she's still helping her dad. We know that it was behind the scenes. So Jane Goodall, was she placed behind Hillary Clinton to give us a picture of the chimpanzee, picking off, was that Trump trolling? I don't know. If these people that really are supposed to get the Medal of Freedom, I think some will be rescinded because they're not worth, they'll all be rescinded because they're not worth the paper they're written on by a fake presidency. But will Trump decide to keep the one for Jane Goodall, Ralph Lauren, and Michael J. Fox, because they're good guys, right? Michael J. Fox, I believe, was also a calm as well. Back to the Future. All right. So Back to the Future, we're going back to 1888. We're going back to 1871. We're going back to 1888 with all the tariffs to make our country wealthy again. We're going back to, I think it's 1871, where the country will be a republic again. President Trump will be the 19th president of the Republic of the United States of America. So, and then, connected to what's coming in the future, we're going to have flying cars. We know that's going to happen. We know a lot of these inventions are coming. So I think Michael J. Fox was communicating something to us about what's happening right now. I think the whole Jane Goodall thing behind Hillary Clinton was a troll, to troll everything with Hillary Clinton. And also, we know that, they were using chimpanzees to create viruses. We know that, right? They were using chimpanzees to create viruses. So Jane Goodall being there, I mean, I was laughing about her being sitting behind Hillary Clinton, like, giving me that visual. But could it be Trump is saying, we know that Hillary Clinton and all her cohorts are the ones that were creating these viruses and testing them on chimpanzees, and then Ralph Lauren being, the designer necktie, which is going to be the hanger's noose, for all of these traders. So I believe that whole Medal of Freedom was just an entire calm, revealing things to us, looking between the lines. Don't get angry, don't get upset. If you know that Biden is an actor in a mask and he's working for the good guys and he's undercover to catch the traitors, and that everything is a calm, everything is speaking something. To me, that's what it's telling us. I don't know if this confirms with any of you. I don't know if my team has the actual. Okay, so team, put up those pictures lining up. Okay, so there's Hillary Clinton. We know that's not really her. It's an actor in a mask. We know that Biden is also an actor in a mask. But, right, there we go. Now, Jane Goodall is sitting directly behind Hillary Clinton. I don't know if we can get a better picture of that. Ralph Lauren with a necktie. There's Ralph. Very front row, necktie. Yeah, that's not her, y'all. Jane Goodall sitting directly behind Hillary Clinton. Okay. I keep seeing that visual, okay? I'm sure Derek Johnson will probably come in here and have something to say about the uniform that the military is wearing being fake as well. Go through them again, David, and maybe there's some more that the Lord wants to show us here in the pictures. Yeah. That's definitely not her. Interesting. Okay. Hang on. What's with the green grass? What's with the green grass right there? What's up with that? Something is very strange with that AstroTurf green grass right there. I don't know what that whole thing is. I'm going to ask the Holy Spirit to reveal that to me. Could be that they're showing them that we've been underground. The good military's been underground. This whole thing is very, very interesting. And I ask the Lord to show me more about all of this. To show me more about all of this. It's about to get really, really good. Thank you, team. Yeah, Jane Goodall sitting right behind. Oh my goodness. That's all I could think of was the chimpanzees, and Trump is trolling them. So these people didn't really get a Medal of Freedom. Okay? Because everything Biden does is fake. It's all acting. Okay? And it's not worth the paper it's written on. And it's under a defunct corporation. And all those medals will have to be rescinded. But I think what was happening here is Trump and the good guys who are in control of all this are pointing out who the traitors are and pointing out exactly what's happening to them, what's going to happen to them, or what has happened to them.